Hey collectors, this is Chris with Comic News Now. Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about Hulk, Return of the Monster Omnibus. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, if you're new to the page, welcome, like and subscribe. Well, hey, we're going to be talking about Hulk, Return of the Monster as mentioned. I'm a little late to the game, but I did want to put out a video talking about this. This is one that I've been waiting for a very long time. So this book is written, or this series was written by Bruce Jones. We got art by John Romita Jr. Like always, we've got Care Andrews also did art on the cover. This is Care Andrews right here. And there is over 1,200 pages. The reason why I like this one so much is you have a tonal shift with the Hulk whenever it comes to the 2000 run. It sort of shifts from superhero action to psychological horror. After Bruce Banner is being hunted after the televised murder of a child, he basically turns into public enemy number one, so you have everybody after him. Yeah, it's just completely different than anything that was done prior to that, up to that point. Here's the cover. You got, there is a direct market edition. This is just the normal one, but cover artist is Care Andrews, and as I alluded to earlier, the story summary is interesting. Let's just say that up to this point hasn't really been done in Incredible Hulk, so this was really new. So Bruce Banner, obviously, spoilers again, framed for the televised M word of a child, and it made him public enemy number one. So he was hunted by law enforcement, society at large, and then also a mysterious organization that had ties to the transformation. His transformation, excuse me. So you got the key arcs like Abomination, the Absorbing Man, which is, he has the ability to jump between minds. And then, as mentioned earlier, the Doc Samson and Mr. Blue alliances, if you could call them that. But the tone shifts from anything prior to that to sort of psychological thriller. You have, themes like survival, identity, paranoia. It's a great series. It really is. So, so it's the Omnibus. It sort of starts the start of the modern Hulk, I guess you could say. So you have a Hulk as a fugitive era, sort of redefining him. Let me take off this thing here. All right, removing the cover here. All right, and I've already stretched it out for the most part. Probably will do that a couple more times, but here we go. And as far as this camera situation, it being so thin, guys, I'm new to making videos, so this is still something I'm trying to figure out. I'm just trying to do this with my phone, and as I go, obviously, I'll figure out how to make that wider. If anybody has any idea on how to do that, just let me know. But it's probably the setting in my phone, and I'm just not even sure. But anyways, you have art by John Romita Jr. Something I remember from this era, this is towards the beginning of it. It started on issue 34, but something I remember was the covers were unlike anything the Hulk had ever done before, any art that I've seen with the Incredible Hulk. It was just a really, really cool time to be reading the Incredible Hulk. So it's often compared to the X-Files, sort of in tone, which I think is a accurate representation of this series, and just the again, the themes surrounding it, the mysterious and the suspenseful, and it's considered honestly one of the most underrated Hulk runs of the 2000s. It's really, really good. flag. But anyways, basically that's what happens, and it's a setup so brutal that it turns the entire world against him. But behind the scenes, Abomination is involved in the conspiracy. He's also connected to the Shadow Organization, manipulating events, and he's using Banner's fugitive status to torment him psychologically. This art is really, really good. Back then, reading comics was fun back then. All this stuff was new, But anyways, the Abomination appears throughout the run, and it's sort of a lurking presence, watching Banner the whole time, tracking him, waiting for the right moment. And their confrontation is emotional, not just physical. And when the Hulk and Abomination finally do collide, it's not just a typical Marvel brawl, it's personal. So he taunts Bruce Banner, explaining how the world is turning against him, throwing his isolation in his face. Then, of course, you have the Absorbing Man arc, which is basically it sort of starts in the middle of the run, and it's one of the most memorable because Jones uses Absorbing Man in a way no other writers ever has from that point. Instead of being a muscle-bound thug with a ball and chain, he becomes something a lot more disturbing. He can, absorb not just into matter but mind. So that's that X-Files tone sort of going on. But he can absorb into their minds. So he definitely uses that against Bruce Banner. But traditionally, Crusher Creel absorbs the properties of physical materials, steel, rock, concrete. In this run, people. So their thoughts, memories, voices, identities. And he becomes a walking collage of minds, which makes him sort of unstable. He's sort of not really just one person, but a collage of all the different people that he's absorbed. So it makes him sort of unpredictable, and a parasite really is what he is. We got Iron Man showing up. And he becomes a threat to Banner's sanity, sort of affecting him in that psychological way. Yeah, the art does take a turn here, as you can see, from this to this later on. And I don't want to give away the ending of the Absorbing Man, but it is amazing. It really is. But honestly, the Return of the Monster era, it really did redefine storytelling, Hulk storytelling. Here you got some of the covers and things like that in the back. Before this run, Hulk comics were mostly about big fights, gamma-powered villains, classic Marvel action, yada yada, but Jones flipped the formula into something darker, smarter, more cinematic, and it permanently influenced how writers wrote him, even to this day. Like the latest few series that are out now. I'm trying to think of some of the writers that are currently writing. I had to pause it. It was driving me crazy. Philip Kennedy Johnson. But the last few runs that he's done definitely influenced, taking sort of a horror, psychological thriller turn with the Hulk. So, but anyways, that's it. That's the cover. There's the front and back art. Obviously, as time goes on, I hope to have more sort of collector-focused ideas, like sort of comparing spines. Let's see, should I get this in an omnibus? That's something else that I've had plans for in the past, is talking about runs, talking about should these get an omnibus, why they should, why they shouldn't, spine design comparisons. Hoping to get complete reading orders eventually. There's a lot of work in that. Near mint conditions done really good with that. Underrated runs worth your money, things like that. Yeah, there's just a lot of ideas coming. Formulating these, putting them to practice, and trying to put these things together. But anyways, guys, thank you very much, and see you next time. Peace out.